Okay, it looks like no more half-assed bear hanging for me. I'm still not going to bring a canister back here, but I will properly hang my food. Well, here I am on the trail again. I'm at the Meeks Bay trailhead. It's a perfect day for hiking. It's quite breezy. Temperatures in the low 70s, upper 60s. Nice and sunny, not a cloud in the sky. Once again, I'm just not ready for this. Let me block the wind here. Might help. The only reason I'm going on this trip is because my friend contacted me and said, I'm going to be in town Thursday. And I'm thinking, oh, that's great. But then I'm thinking, damn, I wanted to go backpacking right then. And then I'm thinking, ah, shit, it's the Labor Day weekend. I am not going backpacking during the Labor Day weekend. So I'm going to have to go backpacking before she arrives. And that meant going backpacking day after tomorrow. I don't think I've ever planned a backpacking trip on such short notice. It's hard for me. I have to psychologically work myself up on top of all the other ways I need to work myself up. And, well, I'm psychologically ready, but everything else is not good. Again, no exercise, again, not enough sleep, as usual, but I am doing my new routine of having a monstrously huge calorie bomb on the drive up and drinking a full liter of smart water before I hit the trail, just before I hit the trail. So, I'm fortified. I'm going to Stoney Ridge Lake. I haven't been there for many, many years, since the early 90s. Last time I hiked this way, I told myself, well, I want to get to Stoney Ridge Lake, but if that proves to be too much, I'll just stay at Crag Lake. And of course, whenever I have a plan like that, and I have an excuse to stop early, I do. This time, I'm going to Stoney Ridge Lake, okay? It's kind of far, 1,600 feet climb. I'm not gonna feel good doing it. But, damn it, I haven't been to a new place, at least a place I haven't been to in over 20 years, for a long time. And damn it, I wanna do that this time. And I've been to Crag Lake lots of times. So, off we go. This is the awesome trail. This is the trail that's flat as a pancake for over a mile. And it feels just great. Get your legs loosened up, get all warmed up. And then there's a stairway. It's pretty brutal change. You go from this flat road to a stairway. It'll climb gradually, but the climbing will become more intense as you go. The steepest part is the last part of the day. So I'll be dying. I don't care how well I'm prepared. Steepness near 8,000 feet simply kills me. There's just no way around it. Okay, I'm prepared to die. Let's go. Doing pretty well. I had to slow myself down once or twice on the long flat here. But pretty much went non-stop. Stopped to pee, slowed down to drink, stopped and slowed down to take a couple of video shots, but I'm not doing a lot of video on the way up. I'm calculating. Let's see, at 2 miles an hour, that's a little bit over 3 hours, plus an hour and a half for the 1,500 foot climb, plus an hour because I'm old. With that calculus, I'm not going to get to campfire until around 6. That's kind of pushing it. Ooh, it got real steep real fast. I got to slow down and stop talking. snake there, very little. He was crossing the trail as I came up here. Okay, I think he's found his hole. I'm taking a break. I'm doing great. Pretty much going non-stop or stopping to chat a little bit. I haven't even had any water yet, so I'm taking 5 minutes here to drink and catch my breath, feel good. But slowing down, maintaining a slow pace is working just fine. I'm able to stay hiking non-stop. Mostly, kind of. But hell, I've gone a couple miles, almost a couple miles. Oh, let me check my thing here. Hold on. Let's see. Well, not a couple miles. Maybe a mile and a half. Maybe a mile and a half. But I have gained 300 feet. That's not bad. That's something. And it's only been half an hour, 40 minutes. So, doing all right, I think. Oh, I saw the two guys hiking out. They stayed at Stoney Ridge Lake last night. They said it was absolutely wonderful. Lots of camping. They camped on the west side of the lake. They said it was windy, and I gather exposed where they camped on the west side of the lake. I'm going to try for the outlet, see what that looks like. But if I don't see anything pretty quick, I'm going to head to the west side of the lake. Things are going well here. I'm still moving slow to slower. Dark, cool forest. Feels nice. It's nice and breezy now. Keep in mind it's almost September, so things are on their way to dying. Believe at one stretch there's a lot of ferns around. Nice soft ground. Oh, this is lovely. Okay, I have to correct that. That stretch is not the most beautiful stretch in all of Desolation Wilderness because it's not in Desolation Wilderness. I thought the wilderness began back at the staircase back there, but easy to get things mixed up. And anyway, this is actually the section I was thinking of coming up here. It is also dark and soft, but there's a little bit of fernsy stuff on the sides during the spring and summertime. Oh, it's lovely. It's so cool. This hike is funny. When I'm sweaty and in the shade like that and the breeze kicks up, I'm almost cold. When the breeze dies, when I'm in the direct sun, I'm almost hot. So I suppose that's the perfect happy medium there. See, isn't this something? Here's the ferns. And they're still alive. So let me tell you, coming down this trail, when you get to this section, it is such a relief because you've been hiking in the hot sun for a while, and then you get to this cold section. Okay, I'm getting close to the end of the canyon walk. The beginning of this trail is just walking up a canyon. Oh, it's beautiful. But it's beginning to get a little buggy. There's some nuisance little helicopter bugs that, keep themselves stationary in front of my eyeballs sometimes. And there are these nasty horseflies that buzz around, and buzz around. And I noticed a stealth wasp amongst them. Tried to bite me, this sucker. I killed him good. Killed him just as I began feeling this ouch. Didn't quite get the sting. But he fell to the ground writhing. Ha! Take that. God, this is so nice. See, that's the very top of the meadow over here. The other side of the canyon's getting closer. The trail gets to the end of the canyon and horseshoes around as it climbs. I think I might want to take a break. Get some sugar and some more water in me. Gotta try to keep myself topped off. Because I got a long way to go and a lot of climbing to do still. Okay, let's shut this off and I'll turn it on when I break, which will be soon. Oh, this is pretty. Late wildflowers. There's a bee just hanging out there a second ago. Oh, but God, it's so nice in here. Oh, I love this stretch. Oh, I just had a little bit of a sit down, cool off, eat food, drink water break. Feeling pretty good. Ground is flat right here. That makes me happy. I just checked my GPS app and I am now at around 6,700 feet. So I've gained about 500 feet. I've got about 700 feet elevation gain in order to get to Genevieve Lake. Maybe 2 miles. Not quite 2 miles. But after I get there, then I'm only about 2 miles from my target and most of the altitude out of the way. Although after I get around Crag Lake, there'll be some steepness. So just kill whatever gets in my way. That's my plan today. Not people. That there is a rattlesnake skin. Getting tired. Rattlesnake skin. See all the scales on it there. I'm surprised it's there at all. Must be buried a little bit. It's quite breezy here. Trail's getting harder for me. I'm probably a mile away from Genevieve Lake. I have not crossed the creek yet, but it's right next to me now. I've been hiking in first gear for a long time now. Might even call it a granny gear. About as slow as you can walk and still have it be worth the effort. Yeah, here's a nice little creek. It's flowing. That's good. See how to get decent water at Stoney Ridge. Oh. Okay, there's the bridge. Or it's where the bridge should be. It was... Oh, it's completely broken now. Damn, I'm glad I know that. Huh. Because it was a two of these big logs went across, attached to each other with a railing, I think. And then one of the logs fell off. It was still passable, but this is good to know because I mean it's easy to pass now, but it's going to be very hard all the way through mid-July in a normal year, at least. I'm not that sure, but I'm pretty sure last time I came over the bridge here, it was just enough water to make me happy that the bridge was there. Bridge is out on Meeks Creek. Okay, but that's my big landmark. I'm going to take a pack-off break at Genevieve Lake, which is not too far away. More beauteous trail here. God. That's Dave, right?
Yeah.
We hung out together for a little while here at Genevieve Lake. Woohoo! But I'm going to that big Stoney Ridge over there.
Alright, get it out.
Yeah. Well, I left Dave back at Genevieve Lake. He was in a quandary, wondering whether or not to stay up in the mountains or hike out. But already at Crag Lake, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump. Took way too long breaking with Dave at Genevieve's there, but I wanted to cool all the way down, and he was company, so chatted for a while, compared backpacking experiences. I always love doing that with experienced hikers that have been out for a while. The newbies talk a big game, but they tend to not know what you're talking about, and you figure that out pretty quick. He was just mentioning that he planned a trip with a guy who said that he was very experienced and knew all kinds of stuff and showed up at the trailhead in flip-flops. So, screw that guy. But he didn't find any campsites at Crag Lake that he liked. So I showed him on the map where the good campsites are at the far end of the lake, the high end of the lake. And he's probably going to go pack up and go over there, check it out. And in the meantime, I've been asking people about Stoney Ridge Lake, and it sounds like there should be a camping area on the outlet. That is, if people understand what I mean when I say the outlet. Because there's an inlet that crosses the trail, and I think that those youngsters I talked to first were thinking about that. Is there a human over there? Nope. Crag is looking nice. It is a beautiful lake, and there ain't nobody here at the cheap campsites. Okay, well, if I made it this far feeling this good, I'll be just fine getting to Stoney Ridge. This is the creek coming out of Shadow Lake and Stoney Ridge Lake and heading down towards Crag Lake. It bypasses Hidden Lake, which is interesting. I always thought that all these lakes were in a chain, but they're not. Okay, little creek crossing here. I'm tired. It didn't take me long to start sweating and get exhausted, even though I cooled all the way down at Genevieve. So I'm very glad I cooled all the way down at Genevieve, because I needed it. Yeah, it's called Hidden Lake for a reason. I went down there one of these trips up to Crag Lake, and there was a nice campsite down there. One nice campsite down there. And if you got skunked, there was just nowhere else to go, because it's way down there. Look how steep this is. I'm off the trail a little bit. I had to take a pee break. But yeah, now you can see why they call it Hidden Lake, because it's pretty easy to walk right on by it on the trail here and not even know that it's there. Stoney Ridge is getting closer. Okay, there is a trail going down to Hidden Lake. I just never hiked up this far. But the old unmaintained trail, it would be a lot easier, because this is obviously going to go straight down. Well, I've made it to Shadow Lake, but calling this a lake is very generous. It's pretty much a reed pond. Bunch of lilies on the far side there. Yeah, no one's going to be camping here anytime soon. Or if they are desperate. Okay. Oh, a blessed bit of downhill. I was thinking of actually sitting down for a minute because I'm so tired. But I'm about 2,000 feet away from Stoney Ridge Lake, less than half a mile. I just came up this steep, frigid part here. I'm getting cold. Air temperature is 69 degrees or so. That's what my thermometer says, but it's resting right on me, so it's probably even cooler than that. And I wanted to take a break because I was getting winded on this uphill, but it was too cold. So I'm taking a sun break. This little spot of sun that's coming through here. Ugh. I'm only 1,000 feet from Stoney Ridge Lake. So close. So it doesn't matter how tired I am now, I'm already arrived. It's just, it'll take me a while to actually get there. Success. Yay. Now I gotta find a campsite, set up, do all that stuff, and clean up and warm up. Getting chilly. Well, I'm in camp. I've been here for a while, of course. I gotta set stuff up before I do frivolous stuff like talking to a camera. It is 6:08. I got here an hour ago. Well, more than an hour ago. I got here before 5, which was my goal. I'm kind of shocked. I've been working here. Here's a lovely camp. Lovely tent. Lovely lake. And up there through the trees is the Stoney Ridge that the lake gets its name from. Ugh. I'm tired. I'm glad that I pushed through to come here. There is nobody here. I mean, everybody I talked to on the trail was speculating that it really looked pretty quiet out here today. And getting up to Crag Lake, well, Genevieve and Crag and here, I haven't seen anybody but Dave down at Genevieve. And I'm pretty sure that he was setting up to, sorry, I gotta get this right, setting up to go to Crag Lake for the night. So I got a nice spot here. There was plenty to choose from. God, before I forget, I was really excited when I decided that I was going to not unretire myself from backpacking and start going out again. And I remember one thing I wanted to do was go back to Hemlock Lake, where there was this lovely picture that I took of this sandy zone with a bunch of lodge poles, you know, thin little trees. Looked all over Hemlock Lake, did not find the spot, and that's because the spot is here. So I'm going to go back down. Okay, here it is. So I got a really nice picture here that I used as a desktop, my computer desktop for a while. But you know what? It just ain't gonna work because a lot of sand has moved out. Yeah, but it was right here. Just kind of looking at that. I don't know, it was just very peaceful. I found it a very calming photograph. I don't have a lot of view of the sky here. It's not going to be the best night viewing tonight. The moon is going to rise at 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that. It's going to be almost full. So that'll ruin the stargazing all night long. Although there's supposed to be a lot of planets visible. So that'll be cool. I like the sky watching no matter what, because even with a full moon, I think that I can see more stars up here than I can down in Sacramento. And it's just beautiful. I just love it. Okay, so my camp is pretty good here. It's kind of dirty. You know, there's a very sandy camp next door, but I was afraid if it got windy, granite sandy. If it got windy, it would have been horrible. This will be horrible too, but it's not as much sand. I might regret my decision. But I also went with what looks to be the very best tent spot. Although, how the hell do I know? I can't tell. It's sheltered. That was another thing. It was quite windy on the way up, and people I talked to that stayed here last night said it was windy on the west side of the lake. So I decided I was going to be in with the trees here, make sure that I get as much windbreak as possible. I hear the winds. One more thing. This is bear country, big time. It's beginning to look like the bears here have learned all the Yosemite tricks, or some of the Yosemite tricks. There was a note at the trailhead saying that bears have managed to get into hanging food. Usually that means people have thrown a line over a branch, tied their food to it, pull it up, and then tie the line off, somewhere accessible. A smart bear, a Yosemite bear, looks at the bag, looks at the line, follows the line, cuts the line. It's that simple. So you got to do a real bear technique. So I'm going to do the PCT food hanging technique while I'm here. I might show you what it is. You can look it up on the net. It's the way to go. It is the way to go. If you're in bear country and you don't have a bear canister, it's what you have to do. The moon rose. nose while I was brushing my teeth. It's one day off of full, but it looks pretty big to me. Well, this is the end of it's been a great day. It was tough hiking, but took a long break with Dave that I met down at Genevieve. Took about a half an hour break. So then I cooled all the way down and took the pack off and really did it right. And the rest of the hike up to to the lake here was pretty tough. It was pretty steep. I mean, for me, it was pretty steep in places, and so I had to go slow. And so I did. But I got here by 5. I got here. I got here by the time that I had allotted, and I didn't even need the 1 hour old man time. That would have put me in here at 6. I got here at 5. It's a perfectly good time to arrive. And I am the only one here. I got this gigantic, beautiful lake all to myself. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. And the moon came out very beautifully. Before that, there were 4 planets visible: Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, and Venus. Although I never saw Venus, it had already set behind the ridge when I was looking for it. No marauding bears, no campers. I can't believe that I'm the only person here. It's crazy. So I'm spread out over almost 3 campsites, really. Yeah, that's it. So I guess I'm just gonna sleep tonight. I really want to sleep. Please. Hope the tent's set up proper. I don't know. I just can't tell anymore. Just set it up and see if I end up in a big pile at one end of the tent or another in the morning. Okay, signing off. Great day 1. Absolutely great. If I get sleep on night 1, which I can't remember the last time I got decent sleep on the first night, I'll be thrilled tomorrow. Maybe I'll even do a fun excursion. Who knows? Good night. I love this campsite. It is a beautiful morning, and this campsite really came through last night. It was quite windy, but I felt very little of it thanks to these trees all around me here. So you can hear them gusting a little bit now, or maybe you can't, but I can. And the tent wasn't set up perfectly. Of course it wasn't. I didn't level it right, but it handles wind really well. I mean, even when the winds did break through, it didn't flap around, didn't make any noise. Very impressed with that. It's a quiet little tent. Well, I didn't sleep all that well. But thanks to this lovely campsite and all these trees here, I was able to stay in the tent until 9 o'clock, and I got enough sleep, I think. I feel pretty good right now. Got a cup of coffee, and I'm just looking around. It's just magnificent today. Nice and clear, little hazy, a little smoky probably. Moon was crazy last night. It was bright all night long. This little forest here was kind of spooky last night. I was sitting on the rocks over through the trees over there, looking back at these trees. It was just a dark wall. It was kind of scary. I was thinking a bear could just walk through at any moment. But no bears. My food was fine. My secondary bag that was just hanging 6 feet off the ground was okay as well. And I'm just going to hang out here for a bit and drink my coffee and wake up. Try to. So pretty today. Alright, I'm on my second cup of coffee here, and I thought I would just show a tour of the area here. Oh, let's see here. Here's the outlet, the dam, which seems to be broken. Big log jam over there. That's how I crossed over. Very sandy. It's very, very sandy here. Here's a tent spot. You might call this a camp spot. It is just barely legal, I think. There is a pathway going back here. Another camp area, probably. I don't know. But my camp, well, I'm pretty much claiming this whole area. My camp's over here. The lovely tent. Water access. I haven't really accessed the water the same way twice. That's my temporary food hanging spot. Kitchen zone. Over here, sorry I hung my food. There's the food hanging branch. And over here is where I did my night viewing, on top of this rock. Another nice spot here. And here's a cool spot down here I haven't shown yet. These two gigantic erratics boulders here. I suppose there's one that split in half. Maybe not. Check this out. Great to practice climbing rock here. There's some difficult. Damn, could I do that in my day? I don't think so. It's really hard. Someone set up a very nice flat rock here. It looks like it's set up. I mean, it's just too flat to believe. And really, that's about as much as I have seen. Well, except for the shoreline. And a pretty lake entrance zone. I don't know if I've even been to this part here. This is nice. Ooh, look at that sand. Walk right in here. Huh. I did not see this spot before. Can you believe I had this whole lake to myself last night? The moonrise was just remarkable last night. Came up over the ridge here late, like at least an hour after the moonrise, illuminating the Stoney Ridge and, well, everything over there. It was really pretty. It was so pretty. The lake by the moonlight was really nice. It was a pretty lake. I love this campsite. I gotta say, this is one of my favorite campsites. I always say that, I suppose. This is quite mesmerizing here. I think I'm going to wander in this water at some point. Beautiful creek here. I think that's a trail just over there. Follows the creek up. Yeah, but it's pretty wild down there, so I'm not going to go any further. Very nice though. I'm on my poop walk and I had to come by this beautiful old juniper. Look at this beautiful beast. That's a nice one. Nice rugged terrain. It's overlooking this very steep ravine right here. And that's like 100 feet lowered over there. way down. You can hear water rushing down. Pretty wild zone here. I'm taking a shoreline hike, and I just came across this really sweet, tiny campsite. It's very pretty. Lots of shade. It's at high noon right now. Just enough. Well, I'd say it's considerable shelter. It's a depression. This rock here goes up steeply. So there's a little depression right here, and this is a nice, comfy spot for a two-man tent. Soft granite sand. Tiny little kitchen sitting zone here. A beautiful view of the lake. Beautiful view of the Stoney Ridge. For views, it's better than my campsite. This is a nice place. Oh, was I not showing the Stoney Ridge there? I'm really bad about this sometimes. Okay, I want to continue around. Yeah, someone had a little fire here earlier and scattered it. So I'm just doing a little shoreline walk here. I'm not going to do anything ambitious today. Not at all. This is kind of nice. A little bit of shelter. It's very small. It'd be hard to get more than one person here. Hard to get more than one person here. Hard to get more than one person there. But it's pretty. It's got this cute little birdie hanging out here. Can I zoom in on him before he leaves? Well, there's that little bird, or another little bird. This is just below that spot that I just filmed up there. Down here, it's very nice. There's a granite sand zone here. I'm not sure how deep the sand is. I'm not sure if I could put tent stakes in here, but it's a nice flat spot. And an awesome granite rock here over the water. Can't see the water access, but I imagine, there's a big lake here. It's got to be access somewhere. Nice view. There's a dam there. I can't quite see my camping area. Foreground blocks it. But this is a pretty big view of the whole lake here. The big Stoney Ridge. Well, all of a sudden I'm halfway along around the lake. Didn't bring anything with me but my camera. And now I'm hungry and thirsty. I thought about grabbing something to bring with me, but I decided that I just wanted to wander a little bit spontaneously. I'm going to head back to camp, have some lunch, drink some water, do some chores, having a great time. Sometimes it's nice just to admit that you're going to be lazy and have a nice lazy time. Yep. I'm just absolutely blissed out here, as they used to say. It's just perfect here. There's this spotty sunlight in the camp, so it's nicely cool. It's breezy and in the upper 60s. It's perfect. And check out my tent. The tent's nice and shady. I think I'm going to go for an afternoon nap in a little bit. Make sure I eat enough first. It's just too nice here. Absolutely loving it. It's 1 o'clock. After 1 o'clock, still haven't seen any people here. Really surprised. People I talked to yesterday said that there was a whole bunch of people hanging out over here, day hikers. I thought I might have heard some voices much earlier, but it might have just been people hiking along the trail, or just my imagination. Nice trip here so far. Yay. Well, for the first time, at least all season, I'm in a position to take an afternoon nap because my tent is mostly in the shadows. There's a little bit of sunlight creeping through, but it's breezy, so that'll keep the air temperature in here down. It's like 67 degrees outside. It's really nice. This is a premium afternoon nap situation. I'm in a new spot here. I'm at the sandy zone. It's nice and shady over here, so it seems like a good place to be. And I'm, you can't really see, I guess, perched on this rock here. Pretty cool. But the lake is looking nice, and we have a new addition here, a new feature, clouds. Clouds showed up while I was in my tent. They don't look terribly threatening. They don't look threatening at all, but they're pretty, so I'll take it. Okay, I got 25 minutes to wait for my food, so I'll think of something to do in the meantime. I saw a tiny bit of red way on the other side of the lake. So there are people here. They are very far away. I don't see any backpacks or tents or anything. I don't think they pack there. Could be wrong. I'm on the trail here on the other side of the lake. The actual trail. I'm just doing a after dinner, or after meal wander. Want to just take note of the campsites over here, and frankly I haven't seen anything good yet. Here's a very nice area. Well, it's right on the trail. Water bottle issues. Well, it's a clearing. It's not all that flat. It's not a very good spot. It'll do. It's pretty and fantastic water access. There might be a better tent spot hiding around here somewhere. I just followed a little trail that wandered off the main trail down here, and it's nice. Here's a nice little, very sheltered tent spot. Well, I guess it's not that sheltered. It's pretty good though. Big boulder there, bunch of trees around here. It is open to the lake here. But it's a nice big erratic here for a kitchen zone. Very flat. Lots of firewood, geez. Man, we've really come a long way with it when there's this much firewood hanging out at a campsite in Desolation. I guarantee in the 80s this would be picked clean. Nothing. There would be nothing here to burn. You'd have to go wandering off in the hills to find firewood. And a nice water entrance here. Oh wow, the little peninsula's nice over there. Oh yeah, look at this. Beautiful. Bunch of baby fishies swimming away. Nice. I think I'll go to that little peninsula over there and see what's up. Wow. Oh man, that's nice and clean. Water is nice and clean. Oh, look at this. Of course, this is a result of the low water. You can see this is the high water mark here. But that's low. Man, it's nice. Yeah, it's definitely windier over here. Well, I'm back from my little excursion. I saw a couple of guys looked like they were scouting for a campsite way down there where I was hanging out at that peninsula there. But I missed them. I walked this way along the shore and they went that way along the trail and I missed them. I got back here and there's a couple of people naked people swimming in front of the dam there. They're not spending the night here, so I guess, God, day hiking is not what it used to be. Most people wouldn't be 6 miles away from the trailhead at 4 o'clock in the old days, but people are fast these days. People are fit, and they were young and fit. So I'm just going to do some more relaxation here, cool off a bit. I got a little bit hot hiking. Still having a great day, having a great time. Till later. Merganser fishing. The lake is doing interesting things. I'm trying not to fall over. It's hard keeping those zoom shots steady by hand. Well, all done with dinner part 2, and I feel great. It's absolutely gorgeous tonight. The few little puff clouds just kind of disappeared. It's going to be another really nice night. Doesn't feel cooler than last night. It's supposed to be, though. It looks like it's all my lake again. I can't believe it. I'm speechless. It shouldn't be possible. We'll see. I didn't see any flashlights last night. Let's see if I see some tonight. This is remnants of something very old here. I saw it one or two pieces last night, and I'm finding more. Red paint. That's red paint. This is a similar kind of wood. This is that. More red paint. Nail holes, perhaps. Perhaps not. It's light as a feather. A ski. I mean, that's all I can think of. Well, my battery's dead. Gotta go. Okay, that's night 2 in the books. It's early. It's 10 o'clock, 10:23. That's pretty good for me, though. And the tent early because I want to get to sleep. So I'm gonna spend many an hour in this tent here trying to sleep. Pretty sleepy, but who knows what's gonna happen. Doesn't matter what happens, I'm just absolutely thrilled with this weekend. Another ant. I got the whole lake to myself again. That's just crazy. I'm really glad I didn't stay at Crag Lake, because I imagine there's people staying down there. I only talked to a couple people today. A young couple that was hanging out at the dam when I got back from my day hike. And even that was just momentarily. Only saw a couple other day hikers, 2 other pairs from a vast distance. So it was really quiet up here today. It's my lake now. Great trip. So I'm just feeling really good. Lack of sleep is the only thing that's the problem here. But I got the tent reoriented here. I kind of napped and lounged in here in the afternoon, and it felt perfect. It felt great. Just the slightest bit downhill, but at least it's not the wrong way this time. It should be a little cooler tonight. I don't have the thermometer with me here, but with the extra warmth that I brought with me, I'll be very comfy. Good night. See you in the morning. Well, good morning. It is morning of day 3, and it's already 10:45. I'm sitting here with my first cup of coffee. A couple jets overhead. Typical. Slept pretty darn well last night. I was in the tent by 10:30.
Didn't get out of the tent until after 9, so that's over 10 hours in the tent, and I slept for quite a bit of them. I rolled around sleepless for several hours too, but I feel good. I feel good. I'll be hiking out of here, flying down the trail. It'll be a great hike out. It's another perfect day. Nothing but a contrail in the sky. It's bright blue sky. The lake is pretty darn still, but that's variable, of course. And it's quiet as can be. No people, no neighbors, no flashlights last night. I had the lake all to myself for 2 whole nights, and shared it just a little bit during the day yesterday with just 2 people that were in my vicinity. So that's pretty darn good. I mean, it's still August, and this is 6 miles from the trailhead. A trailhead on the west side of Lake Tahoe. I mean, all the trailheads going out of Lake Tahoe are just insane during the summertime. And so I don't do them very often during the summertime. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm excited because I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pretty strong. I did not lose a whole bunch of sleep over the weekend. It's a good day overall. Good start of the day overall. So I'm going to be hiking out of here feeling really good and anxious to get on the trail again. I'm already thinking about, see, it's going to be, what is it, Thursday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Thinking next Tuesday, hit the trail. I can do that. Should be in good form for that. Yay! It's been worrying me all summer long that this is only my 3rd trip and it's late August. Last few years I've done a lot more than that, but I just didn't feel up to it for one reason or another to get out on the trail and go. And now I am. I'm feeling strong. I've tried to video my invention of my ultralight candle lanterns, and it just never works. So I'm going to do it in the daylight here. This is what I do here. This is last night's stuff. This is just the bottom of a 1 liter soda bottle cut out. Preferably a little bit of arch over the top so that there's not so much air flowing in. So you flatten the ground. You light your candles. You put the water bottle thing down. And then the placement is important. And I chose this placement here very specifically. Well, another part about setting up is the actual flame of the candle is annoying at night. I mean, you don't want that. It's a bright pinpoint of light, and it's annoying. What's a nice type of light for this to set up to emit is reflective. The candles here are reflecting off of this this white granite. This piece here, that little rock in front, it blocks the candle flame from a distance. So you don't see the flame itself. What you see from a distance is just the reflection off of the granite rock here. And this rock reflects a bit too, to reflect back on that rock. And this was my night spot here, on top of these flat rocks, looking over the lake and the wide view and the view of the sky and such. When I was over here, these trees was just a solid wall of black, and it was a little scary. I was thinking, God, my food is hanging over there. A bear could come walking through these trees, and I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even see him because it was so dark. With my lantern here, it helped a lot. That just having that little stone illuminated, it's not bright enough to ruin my night vision or anything, but it's something that I can see out of my peripheral while I'm sitting up here.
And this is the pathway back to the other part of camp, where my tent is and such. So it's also a beacon. It tells me when I'm up there in the dark that I can come over here, and this is the path back to camp. Now the path back to camp is a pretty flat stretch of trail here. And at the end of it, I had another lantern set up. Now this was a nice one. This rock here kind of overhangs a bit. So that whole rock face there illuminated very nicely, and I could see it all the way over from the other candle. And once I'm here, there's my backpack that has reflector things, and my tent has the guys are reflecting. So as soon as I turn on my light, those things would brighten up. And I love these candle lanterns for a lot of reasons. No fires in Desolation Wilderness. It's been that way for a long time. And those of us that were here during the transition, we had to transit. We had to make the change. It was kind of hard. I might have, maybe I had one fire like the first time I was out. But I've respected that law constantly. And I've learned, I talked to somebody who talked to a ranger about it the other day and asked about, in an emergency situation. And it's okay if you have hypothermia. I mean, if it is an emergency, you can light a fire. You can have a fire. But just a warming comfort fire, just to keep you warm, isn't good enough. Your sleeping bag will keep you warm. Go in your sleeping bag, you'll be fine. If your sleeping bag is wet, your tent's wet, or you're all messed up and it's cold and all that, that's when you can light a fire, and you won't get that. I think it's a $400 ticket. It's extreme. You don't want to mess around with this. And you don't want to mess around with it because you can't imagine what it was like back then. You just can't. Here I am in a rambling mode. Look at that dead log there, okay? Just look at that for a moment. There's another dead log there. There's another big dead log there. I mean, they're really decomposed, and it's not that's not very good firewood even. But there's there's that stick right there. That'll burn well, and there's a lot of those around. Big fallen tree, lots of branches coming off of it. A lot of that stuff would burn. In those days, this log would be gone. It would be completely gone. That stick would be long gone. The big old board, that would be long gone. Everything connected to that fallen tree over there and anything near it would be hacked to bits. Every burnable piece would be hacked off all the way back to the trunk, and then they'll start pulling the trunk apart if they could. That's what it was like here. So it's a good thing that it's not like that anymore. It really is. But anyway, God, this is a big ramble. The candle lanterns provide a couple of services that the fires would. For one, you have a fire. That's the the heart of your campsite. You go walking away to to go pee or collect more firewood or to do something. You wander away. You turn around and you look back at the distance and you can see your flame flickering, and that's where camp is. And that's a good feeling, knowing where home is, knowing where your base is, because you're out in the spooky darkness. The candle lanterns do that. I mean, the flame itself is very small and not terribly significant, but I gotta move my water out of the sunlight. But if you put that flame to reflect up against a bit of granite, like I showed you on the little ones there, and bigger ones like this boulder, well, like this one here. I did that the first night. You get that whole boulder lighting up. You can see that for a good long way. I mean, it's not a lot of light, but at night it's it's a lot brighter than a star. You can see that from a good distance. Also, when it's cold, there is an illusion of warmth. You actually kind of huddle around. I've huddled around a lantern at times to get the illusion of warmth. It just feels good. I don't think they're legal. I don't think it's legal to have a candle out here anymore.
But I don't think anyone's going to bother me about it. And I love it so much that I'll take the risk. But I really can't imagine that a ranger would give me a problem for it. I mean, the way I do it, it's, you know, it's on bare dirt surrounded by granite, and nothing is going to happen. And these candle lanterns weigh nothing, take up no space. I like it. Makes me happy. Okay, anyway, back to just sipping my morning coffee and enjoying the beautiful morning. The wind kicked up a little bit, got a little cool. I walked around and warmed up a bit. Now I'm back sitting, nice and comfortable. Oh, about to lose my my shady spot here. I'll have to move pretty soon. Yeah, I'll get a little bit of sun first. Oh, here's my lovely morning poop spot. When going on a poop hike, just go. Don't look for a place close to camp, because everybody looks for a place close to camp, and the people that aren't very nice actually poop close to camp, and that's not nice at all. So just take a hike. Just grab your stuff, take a hike. I grabbed my clothing because it's that point of the morning where it's turning from cool to warm to hot all of a sudden. So I brought my clothing bag with me and dug my hole first, and that predictably got me hot, and took off my underlayers and went about pooping. But anyway, I just want to point out, this is the ultimate poop spot here. The shade was totally covering that rock when I got here. But this is perfect. Good soft ground below, and a back to lean against. Makes your squatting a lot easier and more comfortable. And nice and cool in the shade, and dig nice and deep, cover it up really good, pack up your stuff, get out of here. So I got more relaxing to do here this morning. I got more coffee to drink, and I got plenty of time to hang out, so I'm gonna do it. I'm really loving it here. Camp is looking pretty well broken down. I just got back from the lake, filled up my water bag, and I'll have to replenish my water supply before I go. Just finished downing a single serving of Mountain House biscuits and gravy, and it wasn't really something that I was wanting. You know, the taste sensation wasn't something I was after, and I wasn't particularly hungry, but I felt that I should. You know, it's better than carrying it out, and I need the extra energy. And I feel so much better. I mean, I feel really fortified now. Taking a little break in the shade, and then I'm gonna finish packing and get on out of here. Feels good. Still haven't seen any people. Amazing. No people all day long. It's 1 o'clock, 1:40, and I haven't seen any people all day. What a great trip. It's been amazing. Well, it is about 5 minutes to 3, and I'm all packed up and ready to walk out of here. Barely made it by the 3 p.m. extended time period. I did see, I think, a couple of couples hanging around the dam area, day hikers. Still really lightly traveled today, not many people around here. Big gust of wind just kicked up. It's about 71 degrees. It is perfect for hiking. Nice and breezy and cool. Occasional puff cloud might cover the sun. There's a lot of shade on the trail. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great hike. I'm leaving late. I was kind of hoping to stop at Dutch Flat for dinner. That might get me home later than I kind of like. I'm definitely leaving later than I like. I'm curious if I'm going to get out of here at a reasonable speed. I should be able to do 3 miles an hour. It's flat. It's cool. Conditions are perfect. That'll get me out of here in 2 hours or so. We'll see. 3 hours. I should be able to be out of here by 6. We'll see. It's 3:06. I'm already down to Shadow Lake, landmark number 1. Ooh, this looks nice. Descending steeply into this shadowy zone. Oh, it's gonna be a beautiful hike. Nice view of the Stoney Ridge in a shadow, and the first viewing of Hidden Lake, and an apparent trail going to it. This is not the trail getting out of here. This is the trail getting out of here. It's 12 minutes after 3, and we're doing fine. Here's the creek coming out of Shadow Lake. Flows right past my favorite campsite at Crag Lake. First sighting of Crag Lake. It's 3:22. Getting to Genevieve by 3:40 is going to be difficult. But I'm on my way. Maybe it won't be difficult. It's always shorter than it seems to me. Back at lovely Genevieve Lake. It is 3:36. I made it before my appointed time. I'm here at the creek crossing. It is 4:10. I'm moving fast. I'm feeling a little tired, but conditions are still really good. Occasionally I'm getting chilly when the winds kick up and maybe a cloud covers the sun for a bit. I'm sitting here on these, what are these, 10 by 10 chunks of wood here. And I'm just going to take a 2-minute break and then keep going. Well, it's about 4:30. Slowing down, running out of steam. I estimate that I'm about 3 miles from the trailhead, so I'll be lucky to be out of here by 5:30. I'll probably do better than 2 miles an hour for the whole trip, but nowhere near 3. Oh well, I tried. At the wilderness boundary, and still losing steam. I'm estimating a little bit more than 2 miles to go. It's about 4:45. Almost there. Last little bit's gonna be rough. Warm, sandy stretch. Alright, let's go. Go, go, go. Well, I'm approaching the junction of where the trail turns into a road here. It is 5:06. I'm lucky I'll be back by 5:30. I've been in the shadows for half an hour. It's been very cool. I have not had direct sun on me for a long time. So this is gonna feel kind of warm here because I've been pushing it. I'm not pushing it that hard, not like I was initially. Getting a good view of the meadow here. Okay, put it away. Let's go. Next stop should be at the car. Well, back to my car. Almost made it by 5:30. So that's 2.5 miles an hour on average for the whole day. That's pretty good for this old guy. Because I don't think I've done 2 miles per hour average anywhere at any time. It's hard to imagine. That used to be my baseline speed. And 3 going out, going down. Perfect trip, perfect hiking conditions today. It was just unbelievably spectacular. It was breezy, sunny, temperature around 70 degrees or so. I didn't quite get too hot, and I didn't quite get too cold, but it was very close both ways. So that's perfect. It can't get any better than that. It was funny. I always bring a bottle of water and a towel to clean up because it's a long drive. You don't want to drive back like this. So I just, spot cleaning here and there. But at some point I got to take my pants off, my underwear off, and got to clean down there. And that takes a minute or two. There's just no way to suddenly cover myself up should someone come by, but
I'm always pretty careful, and I open both of the doors and work in between the doors, so the doors themselves block views. But these two women come walking up the road, come walking in the driveway here, and they're gonna walk 10 feet from me, and I realized there was nothing I could do, and and I just said, "Ladies, don't look." I just got off the trail. They understood completely, and they were totally cool. And as they pulled out, one of them, I grabbed my towel and kind of covered up as they were going by, and one of them kind of went like this and peeking, you know. It was cute. Yeah, great hike. Oh man, I loved Stoney Ridge Lake. That was magnificent. Saw very few people out there. I'm beginning to think that the week before Labor Day weekend is a real good one, because kids are starting school early these days. High schools and below are starting in mid-August these days. So the week before Labor Day weekend, you know, everyone seems to be saving up their plans for Labor Day weekend, and they're not doing it during the week. On the way out, I saw 4 people that were planning to camp at Stoney Ridge Lake. Those are the only backpackers I saw. No, I saw a family of 3 with a young girl. They were on their way out, I think. They probably just went into Genevieve for the night. I saw, I leapfrogged a couple of day hikers, a young couple. Not a lot of people out there. 4 people backpacking tonight that I know of. That ain't many. Okay, it's must be getting close to 6 now. I've got a 2-hour drive home, and I'm hungry, so we'll see what happens next. But congratulations to me, because I had a really good 3-day trip, and I've been needing one. I've been a little worried about how my backpacking has been going. And I finally had a strong day today. Totally strong. My hip's going to hurt a little bit tonight, but I powered through the day, no problem. Of course, eating a lot of food before I left, drinking a lot of water before I left. That's my secret weapon these days. All right, let's go.